Now this is cool. Well, I didn't want to interrupt the owners of this fine establishment, Anna Ball and Susannah Ball, who are doing your things.
Hi, Jen. How are you?
You're greeting customers.
Yes, we're greeting customers.
I got to ask, is that your favorite thing out here?
It's my favorite thing.
All year long?
I mean, plants and people are, plants are great, but people are wonderful.
Where would the plants be without the people?
Exactly.
They've written books about the plants
They
would be better off.
They have to be together.
Anyway, how many customer days have you been able to figure that out? That have we done out here in West Chicago?
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out the other day, and we kind of couldn't because I think they sort of started as trials, and people would kind of come, and then it kind of got bigger and bigger, and where it actually started and when it actually started. But it's been a long time.
There's pictures in GrowerTalks going back to the 50s of the DeSotos parked out here, and the men in the fedoras and the ladies in the dresses.
That's right, and that was fun.
Yeah,
it was like a big circus.
So Chris, I have a question for them. I am, because you always get to ask this question, and I'm going to ask it this year. So my question is, what are your favorite varieties this year for everyone to see?
Oh, that's always a tough question. I would say my very favorite is the canna that's on the cover of our catalog called Golden Leopard. I think that's the name.
It's gorgeous.
Is that just gorgeous? I have it in my yard in 3 different places. It's beautiful. It's beautiful here.
Yeah.
I love the black Angelonia.
Oh, yeah.
I love the black, and I don't wear black. I don't own anything black, but I love this black Angelonia.
That's a controversial variety too. So like a love it or hate it kind of variety.
Love it or hate it. I don't know why I love it, but I love it. And I have it in containers in my yard mixed with some white stuff, and it looks fantastic.
It's a great contrast.
It's a great contrast. And then I like the Solarscape just because it's different and it's great in the garden. I guess those are my 3 favorites.
Okay. Susannah, how about you?
Oh man, yeah, it is. It's always a brutal question, right? Because there's just so many amazing things out here. But I would say I always have to look at it from in my yard, right? Because I'm not a great gardener, so I always say, okay, what's really doing well for me? And I have to say it's the Monarch Magic, that trailing ageratum from BFP. It's just looked spectacular since I put it in, and it's really performing well. So that's probably has to be my winner for this year, for sure.
I have that garden too. If it survives there, it can survive anywhere.
Exactly. And it's summertime, it's busy, you don't always have time to get to it, but yeah, anything that holds on is a winner. So yeah, that ageratum is just spectacular. So
absolutely.
Well, you got the mic. You gonna lead us in?
I'll lead us in. We're going to go see what's happening in there. We've got...
The lunch is just going to get started. It's fantastic.
Beautiful weather.
Beautiful weather. Best we've ever had. In all the 100 years or whatever.
83 degrees. It's cooler than Orlando, I'll tell you.
I'm a little bit. Just someone over there who was like, I'm kind of chilly. I was like,
oh, we'll take it.
If that's our only problem, that's fine.
Yeah. All right, we'll take it today. All right.
Okay, have fun.
Thanks.
It's appropriate to make our first stop here at the Gardens at Ball Customer Day. Pan American Seed, which is the in-house seed breeding division of Ball, and one of their top varieties for 30 years next year is Wave Petunia. And I've got a couple of Pan Am guys right here. Steve, can I interrupt Steve? Sure. All right, Steve Engel, you are, we can shake hands. Steve, your title is?
I'm the account manager for the Western U.S.
That's right. And young Andrew here's brand new with the company, right? Just 10 months?
Yes. Just started with us. He's a product manager 10 months ago.
Andrew Munoz. Keep an eye on him. He's an up-and-comer, I understand. You're talking to him about the newest Wave color, though. Tell us, Wave's got to be the most important variety, or one of the most for Pan American, right?
One of the most important, huge line of waves, multiple series of waves. The new Easy Wave Rose here, it's one of my favorite introductions. I love the color. It's a really bright rose. We've had a neon rose. We've had a pink passion.
I was going to say, you can't have just introduced a rose color to the easy waves.
No.
Right? They've been around a long time.
We've had the roses. This is just a different shade of rose. It's a really vibrant one. It fits right in between those two. One of my favorite things is if you take rose and you mix it with pink passion, they really mix well. It's two pinks, but the pink passion has a vein. And with this new rose, it really helps bring out the veins. And so it really makes a nice mix.
And remind us what the easy waves are compared to the original waves and E3, et cetera.
Yep. So easy wave, it's going to be a great landscape item. It spreads real well. With E3, what you're going to get is a little more compact habit, a little more mounded habit. E3 will still spread in the landscape. You get about 85% of the spread that you get with easy wave.
And put this in a basket?
Absolutely. It makes a great basket. It works well in combos. It pairs real well with the new navy velour that's right next to it in combos. So it works well in multiple different landscape applications.
I think you said something about we're going to look at an impatiens next, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes, some beacon impatiens.
Let's go down here.
Before we look at the beacon impatiens, let me show you our new interspecific impatiens. So
these here.
These are the Solarscape. So
not just Solarscape, it says XL.
So we have two different parts of Solarscape. We have a Solarscape and we have a Solarscape XL. So Solarscape XL is going to be about 20% larger than Solar. Extra large.
20% extra large.
And so you see that extra large when it gets into the landscape is where you really notice that the XLs get larger.
Obviously, out in full sun, how do they do full shade?
They'll take full shade, they'll take full sun, very versatile plant. Baskets, containers over here, and landscape.
And you said these two are new. We've got lilac.
We have Lilac Spark, which is a new color. It's got that blue pearl type look to it, if you're familiar with the blue pearl in Impatiens. And then we have the pink jewel over in the center here, nice. Which is an amazing color. I really like that color. So again, with the baskets you see up here, they make great baskets. You can hang them in full sun, shade, and you can use them in combos as well. They're very versatile and make great combo centerpieces.
Now these are beacons under the shade here. Our traditional, Impatiens Wallerina, nothing traditional about them though.
No, nothing traditional about them. These have high resistance to Impatiens downy mildew.
That's the key. I don't see any disease under here right now. They look
great.
Yeah, and two new mixes this year. No new single colors.
Correct. No new single colors, but two new mixes. So this is the Chicago mix. It's named after a lighthouse on Lake Michigan.
It's not named after the city.
It's not named after the city. We name them all after lighthouses.
And
this has a future introduction color. So you notice the blue pearl that is in this mix. That is going to be one of our future introductions.
That's not a standalone right now.
It is not a standalone, correct.
All right, and another mix right down here, also named after a lighthouse. Let our viewers guess where Otway. This is the Otway mix?
This is the Otway mix. So Otway is in Australia.
Australia.
It is.
Steve, thanks for a quick tour of Pan American Seed. I think we're going to go to Jen Polanz and some vegetables.
I'm walking down the yellow brick road of Petcoa, Caliburst Yellow, on the way to see Josh Kirschenbaum. We're going to talk about herbs, Chris. So close, but no zucchini on the vegetables. Hi, Josh.
Hi, Jen. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am doing great. It's lovely to see you.
You too. So tell me, we've got hand-picked here. Yep. Tell us a little bit about what you got.
Yeah, you've really lucked out this year. I usually have a lot to talk about, but I'm going to try and focus this year. I've got two basils. First, we have Bonsai, which is our newest addition to the Kitchen Minis line. As you can see here, Bonsai has this beautiful kind of nice globe shape. The flavor of it, the fragrance. You want to smell it?
Smells amazing.
It's got a really nice sweet basil flavor. It does great on a sunny windowsill, on a countertop. You can put it on your patio table. The other thing that I love about bonsai is you can take a sprig of it, and because the leaves are so small, you just pull them off. You don't even have to chop them. So for lazy cooks like myself, it's a really nice option.
Me as well.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. Yep. And this keeps this shape the whole time?
Absolutely, yes. And it can be grown. You can put it in the garden, but we really love it as part of the Kitchen Minis, which is our tabletop veggies. Just grow it on your windowsill and it'll stay this nice shape. Harvest as needed and continue to harvest for several weeks.
And you've got peppers, tomatoes, and
cucumbers, hot pepper, sweet peppers. The bonsai is the newest addition. It's the first herb in the kitchen mini assortment.
Awesome. And now we're going to head over to talk about another basil.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about a second basil, and this one's a little bit bigger.
Yes, so this is part of the hand-picked collection, and this is Everleaf Lemon, which is our new addition to the Everleaf series. As a reminder, Everleaf basils are really, really late to flower, which means that someone that's growing them gets boatloads of leaves that they can cook with all summer long. Again, I'm a little partial, but I find these to be very ornamental too, so it's a nice edible ornamental. Everleaf Lemon does well in a container. You can see it growing in the garden bed over here. It's a beautiful plant. And compared to any other lemon basil on the market, this will produce so much more leaf. How do you cook with it? So like the ways that I really enjoy using it is like in a vinaigrette, like it adds a nice little basil lemony flavor to it. Fish. A few weeks ago, I made a fruit salad and I put some mixed it with honey and some lemon juice.
That sounds great.
Added a really nice flavor to it as well. But it's a really, really great variety that will continue to produce all summer long.
So in the Chicagoland area, how long would this go before flowering? And
it's just starting right now, but I would say compared to a normal lemon basil, you could get 2 to 2.5 months later to flower than a normal lemon basil.
Oh, that's a lot of pesto.
There is a ton of pesto. Yes.
Great.
I expect you to make me some too.
I will, for sure.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you. Great to see you.
You too.
Chris Fifo, Darwin Perennials.
Chris Beytes, GrowerTalks magazine.
Perennials. Does it bother you in any way that this is they call it an annual event, basically promoting that other stuff? Should this not be called a perennial event because it's every year?
It happens every year. We come back every year. This is a hardy event. You can see from the attendance we have, it is a solid event. So this is a perennial event, even though, yes, Ball Seed tends to be annual focused at times, but we do have our Ball Seed Day. It's
a perennial man through and through. He believes perennials. You have a perennial day out here last month, June.
We did.
So you got a lot of love then. I'm going to give you one perennial variety here at this annual event. What do you want to talk about?
Well, back in June,
what's looking good?
We're
really
just getting started
right
back then, and now how things have kicked off. My top pick is this Agastache.
We're standing right in front of it, conveniently.
Summer long, we are calling this, and hence the name. This is going to bloom summer long. It's earlier than many other Agastaches out there. It's going to go in later, and this is the pollinator magnet. And on top of that, we call this hummingbird mint. It is a hummingbird magnet as well. So it has so much interest in the garden, in the landscape, in containers, and that's really where this one has been shining for us northern growers. Doing a trio.
Zone 7, it says.
Zone 7, so many growers are going to consider this an annual. So put this in a mixed container with 3 colors in one container, but then see if you want, you can bring that into your garage for the winter, bring it back out next year, and you've got another full year. So it is a perennial Agastache. So 5 colors in the summer long series, fantastic performance. You can see the bees on it as it is. The colors are just outstanding. The size of the flowers, great performer for the summer
It looks beautiful.
heat and humidity here in the Midwest.
Well, that's Chris Fifo reporting live from the Perennial Ball Customer Days.
Thank you, Chris.
It's an annual event, though,
It's a perennial event. It's a hardy event.
I'm here at Ball Flower Plant, and I'm talking to Stephanie Vincenti. Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Good. And we're going to talk about an entirely new series today.
We are. This is Geraniums. It's our new interspecific series of geraniums. from Ball Flora plant, and what's so special about these interspecifics is that they have really, really great heat tolerance. So they last throughout the summer. They work great in containers, in gardens, and in the landscape. And as you can see, we've got 5 beautiful colors that also work very well together in mixes.
Oh, these look great in the mixes. Yeah.
We love that extra pop of color. And then the other super exciting thing about Solera is we actually get them out of our brand new state-of-the-art farm in Mexico called Yeca Flora. So what's so exciting about that is that it allows us to actually have trucking to the border in peak season. So we're making sure that every delivery comes through with high quality cuttings that won't cause any issues for the growers.
So a lot faster?
Faster, and most importantly, refrigerator controlled from start to finish.
Oh, that's super important. And we're gonna take a look real quick about this in the landscape.
We sure are. Let's go over here.
Okay. Here it is in the landscape, and while we're here, this Monarch Magic was one of Susannah's favorite that you saw earlier.
Yeah, we're very excited about Monarch Magic. So this is a very unique kind of ageratum, maybe not the one most people are used to. It's definitely more vigorous and very spreading. So it works really, really well in hanging baskets. It works in patio containers, mixes, and as you can see, it does really, really well in the landscape. The thing that honestly blows our mind about this is we called it Monarch Magic, and that's not just marketing. I have never seen so many monarch butterflies on a plant in my life. I'm getting pictures every single day from all over North America of people sending me pictures of their trial plants with monarch butterflies on them. So it's been super exciting and honestly really, really fun.
And that is a huge market that we are continuing to see. The pollinator plants, those are huge at retail. So this is fantastic.
Absolutely. I agree. It's a really, really fun one.
Oh, Osvaldo, look at the dogs. But Stephanie, why are there dogs in the garden?
That's a great question, Jen. So this is kind of our visual aid to help people understand our brand new series of Calibrachoa. So we have a new series at Selecta One called Mini Famous Evo. It's our new compact Calibrachoa. We already have our Uno, which is more of a medium habit, and then our Neo, which is our bigger, more vigorous habit. And we actually have them all in the gardens here too if we want to take a look.
Okay, let's take a look over here.
We've got 5 colors in the Evo. You can see they've got a naturally compact habit. This is great for growers because it allows for pot type production. It's no pinch, no PGR, so it's a bit of a labor saver.
Oh.
And then it's got that really great consumer appeal with all double blooms.
So that is just the natural breeding of the plant.
Exactly. No pinch, no PGR, naturally compact.
Nice.
Yeah, and it falls in nicely then with our existing series. We've got Mini Famous Uno also has a lot of introductions for this year. The one I'm most excited about personally is this Funtopia. So we've got Funtopia Blue and Funtopia Pink. They're the double blooms, and they've got this nice touch of yellow in them, and they just make a really, really great hanging basket or patio container.
And you can put those individually. They make a great splash without anything else even.
Absolutely. And then we've got our new pink starfruit as well, which has kind of a unique shaped bloom, and then that beautiful star pattern as well. That's Mini Famous Evo, Uno, that's our medium series. And then we've also got several new introductions in Mini Famous Neo as well.
That's our big dog.
That's the big dog, including, this is my favorite, this is Red Shuffle. So really, really cool. It's got that pop of a star. It's got a little bit of a color shift, which I think makes it a little bit more interesting. You can see the vigor works really, really well in a hanging basket, but also a patio container.
Very nice. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. some of the mixes I wanted to show you in Dynamics Gen feature some of the new Calibrachoas we talked about for Selecta 1. So one here is showing that mini famous Evo, that compact double Calibrachoa series. You can see mixes really well together in the red, white, and blue.
Very patriotic, yeah.
Exactly. And then we also have the Funtopias here in this mix that we call Funtopia Utopia. And again, all these mixes are available on the Selecta 1 website, and we have an entire section for Dynamics combinations as well as our tried and true Trixie program.
All right, so like a DIY combo program.
Exactly.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, JP, can I steal this microphone from you? Are you guys done?
I think we're good.
We're all
Thanks, Stephanie. I found something here at Ball Customer Day that I didn't expect to see. Can I show the folks?
Go for it.
Osvaldo, this way. And there's nobody here running it. Hey, look, everybody, it's running. It's the TTA.
Cutting Edge.
I can never remember the name of that. I don't know why, because it is the cutting edge in cutting transplanters, and I'm with another cutting edge guy, Alan Buckner, who's in charge of installing these things, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, give us a few stats on the cutting edge. What can it do for a grower?
This machine will do 2,500 cuttings an hour of any industry standard cutting in any industry standard container, whether that be a plug tray, a pot, or a shuttle tray.
And you said you can link these machines together, right? For
Yes.
more output?
We can put up to 4 units into one module to make it to where the one operator can operate up to 4 robots.
One person, 4 robots, 10,000 cuttings an hour. Am I doing my math right?
Approximately 10,000 cuttings. It will slow down a bit once you've got 4
Your results may differ. You might get more. And you said this is really for anybody who's doing unrooted cuts.
Yes, any grower that's doing unrooted cuttings can utilize one of these because the uniformity of every cutting being stuck exactly the same, it makes it to where it's an improvement so that your grower doesn't have the problems with ununiformity in the tray.
And you've got a relationship with Ball where the Ball Seed sales reps are now making this available to their customers.
That's correct.
It's not an exclusive deal, TTA Ball, no partnerships or anything, just
No,
a
sir.
sale.
Yes, sir.
All right, that's the TTA Cutting Edge Cutting Transplanter. It's getting nigh on to lunchtime here at Ball Seed Customer Days, but we still have work to do. I am a bit peckish, and Jason Force, product manager for Burpee, you don't mind if I sample a few of your
No,
wares
I
here,
want
do
you to sample these.
In fact, usually the plants are picked bare by the time I'm done here.
No, we're very happy. We have a new garden this year. We're very excited.
And some nice
Plants look
varieties.
great.
Fruits that are ripening
Yes.
on here.
Yes.
Well, there's a guy responsible for some of these fruits and
Standing
vegetables.
right here, this is Tyler with Seminus Home Garden.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you, Tyler.
Nice to
You're
meet you
out of
too.
California?
We'll say that, yeah.
All right, close it. Anyway, they bred some of these varieties.
Correct.
Seminus supplies into Ball, Ball supplies into you, the growers and retailers.
Correct.
Goes out to the end guard. Well, let's start with some of these varieties. We saw them at the California Spring Trials as like tiny 4-inch
Plants.
pots.
Yes.
You know, and some signs.
Yes.
But we've got some of them here in fruit ready to go. Talk about
Wonder
these.
Star Red, great determinant tomato, great disease package. So if you're looking for something containers or smaller in the gardens, this is the way to go.
Great habit, and love how much fruit on there. And now we have cherry tomatoes, unicorn pink. Why is this one called unicorn?
Well, you know, everyone thinks of unicorns being multicolors. And we have a pink and a red, and we're going to get a yellow. So it kind of falls into that whole unicorn.
Oh, that's good. That's sweet. Nice.
Yep. And we also have a red. There's a slight flavor difference. I don't know.
Wait, you've got one right there.
Yes, try it out.
Pre-picked. There's a difference in this one's sweeter than the pink, I think.
Might have been the fruit you picked,
We'd have
but
to
they're
test
both
it.
good.
Do a Brix
You won't
test,
be
I guess, right? All right.
one of them.
Peppers. We've got an array of sweet canyons. Tell us about
Yes.
these.
So 3 colors, bell peppers, large fruit, great disease package. We're very excited to have this exclusive of 3 colors because this is what consumers see in the store. They'll get that pack of a red, yellow, orange.
And you
pepper.
say large fruits. I say huge fruits in some cases. On some of these we've seen they're
Tyler,
gorgeous.
did I miss anything on the peppers?
Nope. Let's back
Look
up.
at
Look. Oh, Osvaldo, you got to get in there and check this out. Look at the size of that. That's as big as an editor's head. That's how big that is. And that's pretty big. Save it. And that will turn red. So that's got to stay on the plant a little bit longer.
Yes.
And then we've got a chili, Thai chili. Is that right?
That's correct. So this is very unique. Does extremely well in the heat.
Skyline red.
Yeah, and one of the reasons it's unique is that all the fruit come up at the top.
Yeah, you can see these sticking
so
up
much
here.
easier to harvest. Tyler, what do you have to?
That type of fruit is called a mirasol. So all your Spanish speakers out there will know exactly what that means. It faces the sun.
Ah, beautiful. And pretty darn spicy, I understand. So be careful of that one. I like my Thai food with a 0. So they probably won't put any of those. And then lastly, you've got some squash here.
We got 3 squash.
We couldn't find any fruit, though.
No, we had to pick it last Friday because they were getting pretty big. But
These are called what?
We have a green griller, a yellow griller, and Rosio, which is more like a Mediterranean type. But when you pick them small, they're great to throw on the grill. Excellent flavor, small seed cavity. The Rosio is more of a Mediterranean type, so it's that lighter green skin that you see all the time in Italian cooking.
All right, well, it's a shame there's none there to try, but there are some more cherry tomatoes. Tyler, let's go figure out this red. Oh, look, he's got a bring those up here. We got a red and a pink. Let's see what the... pink, delicious, red. They're all fantastic.
I think the
Good work.
Pink's a little more mellow in flavor.
Mellow. There you go.
Buttery.
Buttery. Now you're making me hungry.
I'm here with Joan Mazet, and we're going to talk about containers because she is part of the container team here at Ball. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, well, 20 years ago plus, I seen that we were doing mixed containers on customer day and they would bring in a designer, but then we had to have representatives of other breeding companies. And I said, hey, come on, we can do this. And it was just born as a team of a committee of persons who all just love Ball and work from different facets and know all about our genetics so that when we're creating combinations, we can go ahead and put them together and know all about it. And so it just blossomed into a great thing. So I've been doing this now for over 20 years.
And so we heard about Anna's favorite, the Canna, and it's here right now.
Here she is.
So tell us a little bit about using these plants in the container.
Oh yes, well this is the Canna Canova Gold Leopard, and I was so blessed to work on the Ingenuity team for many, many years and partner with Taki. And when they seen this one coming, oh my, it's just one of those moments that it's spectacular. Canna Canova itself, the series, been using it for many, again, years as a centerpiece into our containers. It adds great foliage interest when they're not in flower, and of course, you know, the crowning glory of our gold leopard. So it just makes a great item for height and plays well with others and does great in the landscape too.
Are there a few others that you're seeing here today that would make great component plants for containers? Maybe just list a couple.
Oh my gosh, like stuff that we used in the containers themselves or things that are out around the ground?
Yeah, the things that you guys use.
Oh, the things that we use. Well, we like to go ahead and use a mixture of seed and veg and keep things, you know, moving along so that it's a pleasant container used from maybe a little more pricey item as a tissue culture item, and also some seeded plugs to make things premium and yet affordable for our customers and so they can be profitable. Things that are our most favorites, of course, we've already talked about this. The Angelonia, the guardian angel. Oh my, seeing that just keep going. All the colors across the series. We're so excited about that. It was really, really thrilling.
See a lot of dark leaf plants, a lot of contrast.
Dark leaf plants, and that's part of one of the things that we always do, at least I try to do too, is the dark and the light. So if you're going to use like the one behind over there, we have, you know, a beautiful yellow petunia with a gorgeous black Ipomoea, because if you're there you go, and that's a perfect example. Actually, I was thinking more blacks, but even with the reds, you want to make sure if you're going to introduce something dark, you better have some whites, some yellows, and some hot colors, because you need to see that pop. And I think a lot of times what we try to do in Container Solutions is tie back the colors. So it's very subtle. We're making sure yellow to gold to the spots. There's little subtle things, and even the red in the foliage, that we're trying to think about how do we put them all together in a subtle way to make contrast but yet blend.
Perfect. Thank you, Joan.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey. Nobody wants to hear that.
What we didn't say to the folks, JP, is that this is your first time in a garden ever?
No, not my first time in the garden, but my first time at customer
Well, what'd you
days.
think?
It's amazing. The containers are beautiful. The beds are fantastic. The people are great. There's so much energy here. It's super exciting.
And you got to come for your first time ever on a day when it was 81 degrees.
I also heard this is the best weather we've ever had, so I'm happy to be here.
And but there's so much more to see if you weren't here. Demonstrations, hard goods like LED lights and potting soil, cut flowers, the sun container showcase.
Geraniums, poinsettias, and so those are some of the key things to keep in mind with pitch.
Tent talks,
It's very similar to also.
the shade performance trials, popcorn, and I think for the first time, an area just for breeders who supply ball seed to show off their varieties in individual beds. That's why you've got to mark your calendars for the last Thursday and Friday of July 2025 will be the next opportunity to come to Ball Seed Customers Day. Now, for us, the big tent, has lunch, and I've seen the food go fast, usually because I'm there grabbing it. But if you want to get something to eat like a burger, you better get in line in front of me.
Let's go.
Come on, Osvaldo, we'll feed you too. Hey, folks.